Hey guys, it's Levis from the A&O show. On my way to go see Godzilla Minus One. Right now, for the rest of the movies this year, this is my most anticipated. So, from what I heard, basically, well, research, the movie is Japanese, pretty much. So, it's gonna be subtitles throughout. But the trailers look amazing. Right now, the reviews are about 98%. It looks action packed. It looks like Godzilla's gonna be a fucking beast to be reckoned with. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see this movie for the first time. I haven't been excited for a movie like this since like the summertime. So it's been a minute. So I'll check back with you after the movie's done, and I'll let you know what I thought of the movie. Bye bye. Hey guys, I'm back again. Sorry for the delay. It started raining, so I'm a bit sniffling off that. Godzilla minus one. My god. This, out of all the reviews that I've done since I started the channel, has been my favorite movie. And this has been probably, now thinking about it, on the way back, the best movie I saw this year since Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which was for a while and still my number one movie this year that I've seen. But wow, what can I say? This is my first time, or at least a second time, that I saw a whole movie in subtitle. Like the whole movie is Japanese, but the movie is amazing. Like if you worry about the whole thing being another language, I was hesitant about that. I didn't know how I would feel. I never really liked watching subtitle stuff like that in movies. So, and I was intrigued. The dialogue was intriguing. The story was intriguing. It came to a point that normally in monster movies or horror movies or anything like that, I normally be like, kill the people, kill the main character, whoever. Like, I don't really care for them. I'm not attached to them. This movie in the dialogue made me feel different. Like, oh no, um, stay away from that family, or the main character or the friends, or it made me care for the characters itself more than the monster. And I don't recall that much, for me, happening in these type of movies. Like, the movie starts off with a bang, basically. It gives you the scenario which the movie takes place in, I think, towards the end of World War II, pretty much. And like Japan and the islands over there where it's located is going into it's in a very, very rough shape. Like, the like everything, like army, the lives and everything is all down, it's all poor, it's all war driven, it's all like people lost their homes, their money, people lost vehicles. Like, the armies are like, shattered, post-war. Like, they don't got that much material to, or tanks or anything. Like, it's hard times. And the main character is a kamikaze pilot that wanted to live. So in the turn of events, you know, he didn't die. He didn't, like, the people might think of him as a traitor, like he didn't, go in through for his country, but he wanted to live. There was something about it that he wanted to live. And there was like a whole dispute. I'm like, should he have done that for his country and sacrifice his life, or should he did what he did. And point is, in the intro, you had that dynamic. Godzilla shows up, kills everybody because he froze up and shooting Godzilla. And there's that dynamic now. He's traumatized not only from the war, not only from Kamikaze Pilot, but a freaking monster that he never seen before. And it literally, and because of his fault, and because he froze up, the many lives are dead, and he has to live with that. And then even coming back, showing his face, figuring out that his parents died. Like, this guy is full of trauma, ins and outs that people can't even imagine. And then he gets placed basically into a whole entire family, which that's when the story goes that this woman as well, because the hometown that he came back to was all destroyed. I don't think from Godzilla, but I think from the war itself, because he was just coming back from the war itself, and they were like, "Oh, aren't you supposed to be dead?" Whatever the case may be. Like his neighbor and whatever, like, yeah, your parents are dead, her children are dead, and whatever. But then this random lady that he befriended as well had a baby, and she had nowhere to go, and he befriended her. Then he had to take care of a child that's not even her mother. Like, that child was an orphan found in the war, and well, in the wreckage of the war. And then so on the story, you get connected to that family, and they're doing what they gotta do to survive, trying to find jobs and whatever the case may be. Like, yeah, it's a Godzilla movie, but it's giving you a base on how life is and how the struggle is real and what they're doing to survive and whatever. It's not just of a Godzilla thing, but of a war thing, because it's more like a monster slash war movie and the wreckage of war. So he happens to find a job as a fisherman, basically taking the mines off of the ocean, because they all live by nearby islands and stuff like that. And there was mines of the war, basically, and like having them pop up so they could explode and stuff like that. That was a job. Like, it was risky, but he would what's it called, explode them, so there won't be that much of a risk for like anybody else if fishermen got a fish, or it doesn't come going into the land and stuff like that. And that's where he met his group of friends, which one was a scientist, one was the leader of the boat. Like, he was a air pilot, obviously, and then he's gonna go into like boating and all this other stuff, but he was a good shooter. Then he made friends, and you care for those people as you would learn to care for those people as well. Like, you see them into the home interacting with the family and stuff like that. Point is, there comes one of the threats, because this movie was also like, it was nerve wracking as well. So, like, there was a scene that, okay, they find in the sonar nearby, like, okay, Godzilla's coming, and then, like, he knows what Godzilla is based on his experience. This was years later, because eventually, like, the movie takes place in a matter of years after his post PSD and whatever the case may be. But the scene is like, okay, like, he's seen Godzilla, but the rest of the group never seen Godzilla. So like, oh, we could take it, blah blah blah. And Godzilla just comes and destroys one of the boats, and then destroys another, and then kills people left and right. And like, oh my god, like, there was a scene that almost felt like Jaws in a way. Like, you don't know, like, you see it coming and you feel like hopeless, and like, oh shit, like, they gonna fucking die. and you fearful. I'm like, no, don't die, type shit. Like, it's hard to say. Like, this movie makes you feel, in a way. I'm like, the feel of dread, the feel like hopelessness. I'm like, what are you gonna do? But man, this movie is like overall the scene Godzilla itself looks amazing. The blast from Godzilla, because I don't want to spoil everything. I do want to do an open spoiler maybe next week talking about this, but I'm going to see. But the blast from Godzilla is like, this is the best heat wave or heat blast, whatever you want to call it, in any movie ever. Like, I don't even know how to, it's like, you just gotta see it for yourself, honestly. Like, there's no other monsters except Godzilla. People die. I'm like, people die. People get injured. Important people that you actually didn't care about. And you get a reason why, like, he has so much anger towards Godzilla that he wants it dead. And he will do whatever it takes. And, like, it's a hell of a movie. Like, right now, like I said, this is probably my. It's definitely in the top 5. Maybe 2, 3. I gotta make a list before this year ends of the top movies I watched this year. But this is definitely in my top 5. It might be in my top 3 movies. But guys, check it out. I don't know if it's gonna be a week in the theaters. I don't know if it's gonna be a little bit more or less or whatever. But it's something that you should watch. Like, I haven't been this much raving about a movie that I'm like, it was my anticipate, but I didn't even know it was gonna be this good. Like I said, it's Japanese. You're reading through the whole thing. I work overnight, and I had to go directly to this movie, and normally I'm tired, but I was engaged through and through. It's only a 2-hour movie. Um, man, I don't even know, like, main characters, supporting characters, Godzilla, everything throughout, the scenery. Everything was almost, this is the best Godzilla movie I have ever seen. So, let me know what you think. Go watch it. After you watch it, let me know what you think. Let me know which is your best Godzilla movie. You know, forgot to say subscribe, share, support, and all that. But, man, just write down in the comments below, like, you know, about this movie. Go watch it, alright? Man, but for right now, that's all I got. That's all I got. I'm not gonna say no much more. I feel like I spoiled a little bit, but go watch the movie, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, bye bye.